Okay.
Nice keyboard you got there, sir.
Thank you.
Where did we tweet the link?
Uh, I posted it both in the community and Force channel, and I will
Okay.
post from my personal account too. All right. Could anyone comment so we can see if you hear us and yeah, if you are here with us basically. We still need to wait a couple of minutes for people to join.
What's going on, everybody? Little impromptu Wednesday Force Twitter stream.
Yeah.
Michael, are we recording?
I think all the streams are being recorded on StreamYard.
Perfect. So any mistakes on this one, and the whole world's going to see it.
Yes, sir. That's about right. Sorry, I had to close the window. It's pretty cold in Europe.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that down here in Southeast Asia. Why don't we go ahead and get started then? I'll hide that little banner. Yeah, maybe give a quick intro for everyone. Usually we do these Wednesday calls in the Discord, what we call the Crypto Cantina. It's a joint Discord with us and Orderly Network. But today we figured, get a little bit more exposure out there, get live for the people on different channels. If anyone has any comments, they can hit us up with it as usual. GM Daniel, thanks for hanging out and dropping our very first comment. Makes us feel special. A few topics we want to talk about. Michael, you have prepared an agenda. So if I start to go off track, please refresh me. What do you want to start with, though?
I think we should start as I wrote it down in the agenda plan. So let's hit them with the big one: new buyback and burn system.
Sure. Okay, so a little bit of context on this. Back in April, there was a proposal in the community from somebody who suggested a dynamic burn. So for those of you who don't know, 80% of WooFi revenues are given to stakers. Stakers have the option of taking USDC or auto compounding into Woo. Obviously, we prefer auto compounding into Woo because that buys back tokens on chain through Uniswap on Arbitrum, and then distributes that to them, whether they are staking on chain themselves or through a CeFi platform like WooX or Binance. Basically, the premise of this community proposal from April was that, instead of just blindly distributing and buying back all the time, you should take a look at the valuation and just the different market conditions to have what he called a dynamic buyback. And actually, this is very similar to mechanisms in TradFi, where you have companies who decide, if they have extra capital this time, they can distribute through dividends. If not, sometimes they hold it and they do stock buybacks themselves so that they hold that within the treasury. So this is a similar concept. The only problem was at the time, the economics of it didn't make a lot of sense because the token price being much higher, the amount of buybacks that would have been done, were deemed to be insufficient to really grab a narrative that everyone wanted. And so unfortunately, the token price performing quite poorly over recent months. The community and everybody, wanted to revisit that proposal. So we're doing it now as an experiment. Essentially, 50% of the staking rewards will now be going to a on-chain wallet where they will be running a TWAP thanks to CowSwap and buying back. If you guys don't know what that looks like, there is a Dune dashboard. You can search for Woo Buyback and Burn or the WooFi Analytics. That's the username. And there's a nice chart that shows how we've done it over the months. And you'll notice that they've added a nice green color there. The green color refers to the tokens bought back under this new system, and they will be burnt every Friday. There will be a transaction on chain. Note there's a slight lag with the Dune dashboard because the way Dune works, they run the queries. I don't know if it's like every 12 hours, every 24 hours. So there will be a lag, but I think over time you'll be able to get a broader picture. What it looks like itself, if you actually do like to go into the Block Explorer, there is an address here that was shared on the original tweet, and you can actually go and see every few hours there is a TWAP transaction being executed on Ethereum to buy back Woo. And the good thing about this is it does fluctuate with the price. So, when the price dropped today, it was able to buy back a little bit more. And that's the benefit of running a TWAP versus just YOLOing it all at once. So this is some of the initiatives we're doing now. Again, this is an experiment. We thought rather than, of course, governance is a big thing, but if you just put a topic to governance without people having any context, you tend to get people who are just like, oh, buyback's good, or people who are like, well, I don't really know what's going to happen. So the thinking was that if we run it as an experiment, and then at the end of it, we say, okay, guys, this is the result. This is what happened. Should we continue? People have a lot more context to make informed decisions. So that's, I think, the broader context there. Michael, were there any questions from the stream or anywhere?
I don't see any questions either on Twitter or in the comment section, but watching it closely, basically. Also, I'll check quickly the Telegram chats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a note, Michael, your mic is a little bit, the sound quality is not great. Maybe if you pull it up a little bit.
Okay. Is that better now?
That's much better. That's better. Okay, that's better. A few extra things just to wrap up this. I know on the WooFi side, they're always looking to improve the quoting behind the WooFi SPMM model algorithm. That will allow them to be more competitive. It's really more important than ever in these conditions for this liquidity provision strategies to be constantly improving because we saw the effects of that over the first half of 2025, where WooFi went from being a top 25 DEX consistently to sliding down to about 30 or 40. And that obviously impacted the revenues and the fee distribution. So that's one of the key things going on. You'll also have noticed that they integrated with Orderly One's SDK, which means anyone who launches a DEX on Orderly One, they now have the option to include swap. I think this is a no-brainer for most of the brokers, perhaps the exclusion being DEXs that already have their own swap solution. But for many cases, they don't have spot. They will be allowed to enable WooFi directly. So all their users will have access to it. So that's a very interesting new channel from which we can increase volumes and try some more things to improve the swap, which will improve the volumes and hopefully the revenues as well. So these things are going on there. What is the next topic, Michael?
I think the next topic is UCC, or the Championship.
Yes. Okay. Let me share a different tab. So this is going back to our friends at Orderly. Right now, there is a competition called the Ultimate Crypto Championships going on right now. There's a leaderboard of some very high-profile traders. Some of these you will recognize for sure. WooFi has about 4 of them right now. So it looks like SatStart is doing the best. Shout out SatStart.
We are being represented by SatStart, Mr. Y, Awawat, I don't know how to pronounce it, Zoomer Oracle, and Ponzi Trader. Currently, I can't see who's winning, but it seems like someone from SalsaDex. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. DeFi Squared. Yeah, is that too small?
Yeah, now I can see, but it might be just my eyes. But I have high hopes for SatStart and Mr. Y. I know both of them are really good traders. Mr. Y haven't placed any trade yet. SatStart, he cashed out some profits on Zcash short, but yeah, you can see he gave it back to the market. It was like 1,500 up on that trade. Can't remember exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some of these other traders aren't out of the running yet, so hopefully they will bring some more exposure. Obviously, if the community wants to take part, this is the most important thing. They can. They can go to WooFi Pro, start trading during this time, and then they will also have a prize pool from which to win. You can see here the names have been. It looks like the names are anonymized. It's just showing the DEX that people are trading on. So if you are trading during this period, it lasts a month. So if you're here, you will be on the leaderboard. You'll be eligible for these prizes as well. So yeah, it's a fun competition, and hopefully you guys will check it out. Yeah, what is next?
The next point of the agenda is StarTrade update, I believe. So I need you to change the tab again.
All right, I will change the tab. All right, so what you are looking at now is StarChild. Some of you are not aware of it. It is a AI tool for people who want to know more about crypto. So if you've used ChatGPT, this is very similar to it, but what happens on the back end is we aggregate a lot of very premium data sources, including things like CoinGlass, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. And so you're able to get very specialized results. There are also a number of other tools to help visualize different things, such as technical analysis and your portfolio. So yeah, this is the web app. It's also available through Telegram, and very soon it's going to be available through a DEX, WooFi Pro. So you'll be able to trade and use features very natively. So we think this is one of the most important shifts because AI is changing the way people do everything, right? And the future is going to be very customized, personalized workspaces for everything. And so StarChild sitting as a UX layer on top of everything that people do, it will allow them to research, build positions, build strategies, test the strategies, and then execute them. So if you haven't checked it out, we strongly recommend heading over to iamstarchild.com and signing up. If you want to help us, please, reach out, and, everything from just giving feedback. If you have more experience as something like a prompt engineer, helping to build different strategies, that's also cool. Just good ideas about marketing as well. We'll also welcome that. But it's going to be a very exciting rollout here in the upcoming weeks because I think there's a real space in the market for a tool like this. If you talk to traders, there's a lot of exhaustion, right? People are tired of looking at screens, scrolling through Twitter, scrolling through Discords, then going and trading, and they're constantly getting chopped up, right? Like the markets for the last year and a half have been very difficult to trade. So yeah, I mean, we think the future of trading is actually going to be this sort of manual in the trenches, staring at charts. That is going to be obsolete, and it's going to be replaced by people who use tools to automate a lot of these processes. So, yeah, I guess that is something that is our main call to action. We want people to try this out, get involved. Of course, the more successful Starchild is, the more opportunities we'll have to monetize this, and then, of course, that will benefit the Woo token. So definitely check that out.
Still, there aren't any questions in the chat. So, guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to shoot them, and we're very happy to answer them.
Yeah, some of the cool things that you can do with Starchild compared to a regular LLM. A lot of people often ask, like, what's the difference between Grok? So besides obviously the fact that it can tap into this historical and real-time data, it can be personalized so that you can add your own watch list and your own addresses to it, so that it always knows what's going on, and you can just ask it, how are my positions? How's my risk? Do you have any recommendations? And then Starchild's very good at suggesting different levels for taking profit, adding stop losses. There's also different agents, right? So if you come across something that you think is very beneficial, right? Like perhaps you're someone who likes a technical indicator like RSI, and whenever a certain RSI is hit, then you can actually trigger an agent that says, whenever this happens, notify me. And that will happen across all these platforms. And then these agents can also be shared and monetized as well. There's recently been an Insights tab if you're not sure what to prompt it. So you can actually see different prompts that other people are pushing through. And so this has always been one of the biggest challenges of AI, actually, is people don't really know how to get the most out of it. So we're working pretty hard to tackle these challenges. But yeah, definitely worth checking out the different things that Starchild can do.
Yeah, I use way more frequently Starchild these days when I have a trade idea. It's like, let's say, my mentor, when I just run it by it, and it gives me the feedback, what it thinks of it. Sometimes I listen, sometimes I don't. Usually when I don't, the outcome is worse. Yeah, pretty useful to, as you mentioned, to mark where I should be taking profits and where I should have my stop loss. And after 10th October, we all learned that stop losses aren't that bad overall.
Yeah, and I think people may be a little not sure really how to use this product if it's just a standalone AI tool. But as it gets integrated into WooFi Pro and people start to see some of the cool stuff, because we didn't want it to be just another chatbot, real native integrations that allow it to actually help users execute orders. So without giving away too much alpha, which I think you guys will see sometime later this week or early next week, I think it's going to really change the way people think about trading. So very bullish on this, and hoping that you guys can get involved. All right. Well, it is quite quiet in the comments today. Don't know if there is anything left for us to cover.
I think we cover pretty much everything. Next week we might be able to release the big info that we've been working on recently. but we can't do it yet.
All right. Well, then why don't we end it here? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you have any comments, hit us up on the Telegram. And yeah, see you next week.
See you next week, guys.